Hi, I'm David Daniels. Welcome to the Shaman Speaks podcast, where I share the life lessons I'm learning in order to help others move forward in their own lives. Enjoy. Welcome to week 36 of my journey to becoming a better counsellor. Wow, what? Week 36. I'll keep that little bleeper in there. Week 36. Wow, the weeks are stacking up. When I think back to week 1, I think I'm going to have to go back and listen to that episode because I cannot remember what I said. But I'm grateful to be on this journey. I'm grateful to those of you who are listening in and joining me somewhat, some way, some part of this journey as well. Let's get into what I got up to last week. Focus, as in most weeks, is on Wednesday, Counselling Wednesday. That's where I get most of my main activity done. And this time around, I caught up with my supervisor, Gary, and he actually looked at the profile that I've put on the freelancer website that I'm on to obtain clients. It's my only source at the moment. It won't always be my only source, but that's the one I'm focusing on for now. So he had a look at my profile. Overall, he said it's really good. Talked a little bit about myself, my qualifications, accreditations, what I offer, etc., etc. The only part that is missing from the profile is reviews. I haven't got any reviews on there because I haven't had any clients who have given me a review. That's why, and we all know, most of us know, in this day and age, a lot of what we do, a lot of what we buy, a lot of holidays, experiences that we have, reviews play a big part in that. We want to see how other people have got on, what they thought about a particular service, a particular product, a particular counsellor. So I know that's when you look at they give a percentage score on the platform, how much of your profile you've completed. I've completed 90%, and I know that 10% is on reviews. And I think they say a stat like 9 out of 10 people will choose a person, a product, or service based on them having reviews. So I know that's putting me at a disadvantage. I'll talk about more of that another time. So it's got me thinking about how can I get reviews. He also advised that summertime is a quiet period in terms of obtaining new clients. People away on summer holiday, or they're looking after their children, etc. He says now come October in the UK, in the end of October, the clocks will go back an hour. So usually what that means is that when you wake up, it's dark, and it gets dark earlier in the evening, and there's something called SAD. It's an acronym, SAD, Seasonal Affective Disorder, and I think it fits people in different ways, but one of the things, the main triggers of it is a lack of sunlight. And he said in his experience, he's noticed that there's a rise in demand for counsellors around that time. So that's good to know. It gives me a little bit of insight into the peaks and the troughs, the highs and the low periods for counselling demand. So with that in mind, I'm just looking at making some tweaks behind the scenes, making sure I'm as ready as can be when I do get clients. One of the things I did was I set up an alternative mailing address. I don't have an office. My office is at home. I don't want to really be publicizing my home address. So I've set up a business address, which is a virtual office. And this particular service is quite good because I can have access to a meeting room if I need to. So, and yeah, I'm glad I did that. I did a bit of Google research. I like to do my research, and I found one which is a decent price and is a good service as well. Actually included a free email address, and I've also purchased a domain for myself. So when I have a website, I have a domain ready and also an email address. I do want to get them set up, but it is not a priority. I was actually having a conversation with someone who was setting up their own business in a different industry, not too, both in the caring industry. And I was talking about when you're doing everything yourself, you're the product, so to speak, or the service. You're the marketing department, you're the finance department, you're the credit control department. You're all these things in one. There's only certain things you can do. One of the lessons I've learned on this journey that some cases you really have to drill down as to what are the priorities on that given day. What are the things that have to be done? And if everything has to be done, then something can't be done. We simply haven't got the time. And it really has forced me at times to really think about what is of the utmost importance. Right now, where I am, I do not need a website. Just being blunt, I do not need one. And for me to have a website feels like a bit of vanity at the moment. And what I mean by that is if I have a website, obviously I want to have it look good. I'm going to have to think about it, unless I hand it over for someone else to do. And even then, I need to check that what they've produced, I'm happy with, and then maybe some tweaks and what have you. All that's going to take time. All that's time I could be using to obtain clients on the platform that I'm using. That is my website for now. This day and age, it is important, and I'm especially I'm an online counselor. I need to have a presence online, but I can utilize other people's websites to gain a presence. So I'm on this freelancer platform. That is my website for now. I'm in a directory for the counseling body that I'm accredited with. I've got a profile on there. That is my website for now. And in time, I will have my own presence. So again, it goes on to what is of the utmost importance right now. And I've decided that a website, my own website, is not of the utmost importance. As I get on in this journey, there will be things that I will then incorporate. Having an email address with my domain, and what I mean is like shiremancounselling.co.uk. That's my domain. At the moment, I'm using an Outlook email address. It was quick, set up. Is that going to prevent me from getting clients? In the main, I think no. Some people might look at it and think it's not professional, but in the main, I don't think that's going to be the most important thing. So that can wait for a different day. I was really thinking about what's the most important thing. Getting insurance in place, all those bits, I've done that. Now it's getting clients and building up my clientele. So yeah, went on a bit of a tangent there, but it does link to this journey that I'm on, and maybe that's giving you some food for whatever journey you're on as well. In terms of client update, if you listened a few weeks ago, you know I got my first client, had one session. Haven't had another session since. That's the summary, the headline of it. I haven't heard back from the client, so my doors are open to that client. They said they'd like to return and book some sessions. I think it's just work and life, and maybe it's just not a priority. Maybe a counseling session with me is not a priority at the moment, and it's not something I should feel hurt by. It's just, it is what it is. So my doors are open, but I need to know, I need to go on and find that next person who I'm due to help. So that is my focus. I said earlier that I'm on one platform at the moment. That's my main platform. That is my website. There is another platform that I've been toying with the idea of going on. Is one that I use for voiceover. I didn't have much joy in it, to be honest. I won one client job on there and they were really happy with it, but I didn't focus on tweaking my profile to stand out. But I've been thinking, should I go on there in a way to get more clients, and obviously get the reviews and get the ball rolling? And I've been in and arm with it. I've decided for now not to go with it, mainly because there's many reasons. Mainly because on this platform you have people from all over the world using this service, and there may be instances where I'm counseling people from other countries. You might think, well, what's wrong with that? That's fine. You're online. That's fine. But in terms of the body that I am accredited with for my counselling, to say I'm an accredited counsellor, that membership only covers clients inside the UK. So if there's any complaints or anything like that they deem they need to go to the counselling membership for, it covers me for clients in the UK. And this is part of my journey to become a better counsellor. I'm following their code of ethics. So I'm bound by that. And I want to adhere to that. Because for me, this is a profession. For me, it's a vocation. There's enough to say I can't counsel people outside. They're not going to observe every move that I make, but I just feel for me, that's where I sense I need to follow that. Those code of ethics. I've agreed to them. I signed up for them. And that's part of me when I talk about being an accredited counsellor and I speak to potential clients and I talk to them what that means to be an accredited counsellor. That is part of it. I follow the code of ethics and I adhere to the code of ethics. So I've decided for now not to follow that platform. Just a little side note there. I'll leave it there. Lots going on in terms of my thinking and what moves I make and how I obtain clients or what have you. But the journey continues. This is all part of the process. In, I don't know, week 72, 78, and I'll thinking back to week 36, and I probably won't remember. I'll be able to move on. And what I'm going through now will just setting me up for the future and ultimately will make me a better counsellor for those people that I counsel. Thank you for listening. I'll leave it there. Have a good week. As always, thank you, God. Amen. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Please subscribe, share, and leave a review via my website, shymanspeaks.com. Have a good week.